member for Holt and call the member for New England.
Well, thank you very much, Mr Deputy Speaker, and I'd like to say a big good evening to the people of Tamworth and especially the people around Dungowan. A big shout out to Kevin Smith at the Dungowan Hotel. This morning in the newspaper, and I also heard that on Prime last night, there was a report of the improvement or the upgrade, the replacement of the Fisher Street Bridge. And this is totally correct, it is going to be replaced. But the thing they missed was what the Commonwealth is putting towards it. And I think it's incumbent upon me and the Australian taxpayer to make sure that you know that we went into bat and fought for and achieved $582,500, which is part of the payment to construct that vital piece of infrastructure. So while we're talking about bridges, I want to go through a few others that we're also supporting. The Paddy's Flat Road Bridge, about $365,000 there. That's a replacement of the existing timber bridge with a new concrete structure. The Martins Gully Shambrook Avenue Bridge, the Paddy's Flat Road Bridge South, the replacement of the existing timber bridge with a new concrete structure. The Banana Bridge, replacement of the Gunnaganoo Creek. Fisher's Bridge, which we just mentioned. Retreat Bridge. Now this is a big one, obviously. It's in excess of $1 million. And that is between Bendemeer and Kingston's, just to help people on the most direct route from Tamworth to Inverell, a place where I'll be going to in the next couple of days. And the Yarrow Creek Bridge on the Mount Mitchell Road replacement. It's in a nation, the things that make it, the bridges, dams, roads, rail and power. And I've made it my part for the people of New England, which is the centre of my job down here, to look after you so that we can deliver bridges, dams, roads, rail and power. Now, we all know about the dams such as Dungowan Dam, but it's beyond that too. It's Quipolly Dam, which we worked on, and also with Mole River Dam in the north of the electorate. It's rail. And even though the $10 billion, in excess of $10 billion, that when I had the position I fought for and achieved, and now they're building for the inland rail, it's also the upgrade of other sections of rail which are vitally important to create a conduit of the commerce which will come from that infrastructure also into Tamworth. And you might think, what's it got to do with Tamworth? Well, the culverts and the concrete parts of the inland rail are being constructed in Taminda, in Tamworth, and that money is coming back into our great city so that we can employ people and also drive the economy of the New England forward. Power is a part of the debate that's going to happen down here, and I know that we've had a lot of conjecture in issues and power in the New England. We're starting to now start to see a bit of pushback between renewables and landholders, and I think that's something that people have to be aware of how we manage that. All things in moderation. It's not saying that all renewables are bad or that we shouldn't be making some movement towards renewables, but we have to acknowledge those people who start to say you've got to listen to the other side of the discussion on this. And that is why I think our nation has to take the big step towards nuclear. Why should it do that? Because small modular reactors are now becoming a part of the future of the globe. And small modular reactors are going to give us the capacity for a vastly, vastly safer form of nuclear energy to replace especially decommissioned coal-fired power plants. We must have dispatchable power. We must have the capacity to flick the switch and the power starts going along the lines. It's got to work like that. We have got to make this nation strong if we are going to survive in a world where China is a superpower and we might be having a slide in the comparable effect of the United States of America. So we've got to make the move towards nuclear. We have got to build Healy coal-fired power plants. We've got to make sure that first and foremost, as we go forward, that we are to make our nation a stronger place. When we make our nation a stronger place, then we really are handing over to our sons and to our daughters and to our grandchildren the legacy that they require. Now, I don't know whether to take the interjection from the Labor member, but it's not something to be laughed at. Trying to make sure our nation remains a strong place is not something to be laughed at. So how are we going to do that? We're going to do it by building the bridges, by building the dams, by building the roads, by building the rail, and by constructing the new baseload power for our nation. If we do that, which includes such things as Fisher Bridge, we make our nation a stronger place.
I thank the member for New England.